네, 안녕하세요. This is the traditional Korean house. Maybe the house of rich, not the ordinary people. So only rich people live in this house in the past of Korea. And today's topic is past tense. Past tense. And so where did the ordinary people live? The house like this. Yeah, like this. Okay, so our traditional house is also quite similar, I think, with yours. You guys, your traditional house is also quite look like this, I guess. 자, present tense. So how do we express present tense in Korean language? Okay, tense is one of the prefinal endings. So behind the root verb, we need prefinal endings and final endings, right? So for present tense, when it is bright vowel, when the root verb is bright vowel, present tense. So present tense, nothing. When there's nothing, that is present tense. And behind the present tense, we need okay. So like this, present tense is the prefined endings. So behind the tense, we need ayo, oyo, and ayo, yoyo, right? So when there's nothing, that means present tense. Okay. When there's nothing means in front of ayo, oyo, ayo, yoyo. When there's nothing to pronounce, that means that is present tense. Okay. Uh, how about past tense? At. Okay, when the root verb has bright vowel, at, dark vowel, these are past tense. And verb be is also a bright vowel. That's why we use at. And hada verb, yat. Okay, so in Korean, past tense has three forms: at, yat. And later, yat changes to had. Okay, and what shall we put behind at? We need final endings, right? At, yod. We need final endings behind that. This is quite interesting. 갔어요 is 가다, go, and plus at, past tense, and plus 어요. So altogether 갔어요. How about 갔어요? 갔어요 is 가 plus at plus 아요. So which one is correct? 갔어요 or 갔어요? Because 가 is a bright vowel, that's why we put at. Okay, what is difference between ayo and oyo? When the syllable in front of oyo is bright vowel, we put as. Okay, sorry, oyo. Okay, one more time, oyo. For oyo, the syllable in front of oyo is dark vowel, we put oyo, right? And for ayo, when the syllable in front of ayo is bright vowel, we put ayo. So here, maybe the correct answer is the second one, 가사요. But this is wrong. Correct answer is 갔어요. So you might wonder why oyo is there. It must be ayo, but why oyo is there? Let me explain. Passed in 400,000. Okay, so this is around 600 years ago. Korean language also has a long history, right? So about 600 years ago, there was still Korean language because Korean people lived there, lived then. Okay, so at that time, past tense in Korean language was a little different. So that time, our past tense for bright vowel is ait, and dark vowel oid, and this is oid and yoid. And then because it is it, ait, oid, oid. This it is dark vowel. That's why we put oyo like this. And then as the time passes by, I become short. So I to at and oid, ot, oid, ot, yoid, yos. So that's why these days our past tense is as어요, 어서요, 였어요. So 어요, not 아요. Okay, yeah, I think this is quite interesting. And next slide is the same as we make it into present tense. Now we are making past tense. So step one is still the same, bright bar, dark bar. So when it is bright bar, we put at, not ayo now. Okay, at. Of course, as어요. And dark bar, and 엿 is for hada verb. Okay, how about another 엇? This 엇 is for verb be. Okay, so bright power 엇 and dark power, and this hada verb, and this is 엇. So later, when when ha combines with 엿, ha 엿 together, het. Okay, so you can also memorize this way. as어요, 어어요, 했어요. It's also possible. as어요, bright power, 어어요, dark power, and verb be, and 했어요, 하다 verb. And step two is 받침, no 받침. Okay, so when the root verb has 받침, no change, and no 받침, it is exactly the same. Contracted, double R becomes one R. 와. And 이어, and then 우어, 워. Okay, and is dropped. Same, is dropped. So let's see the contraction one by one. Okay, first contraction one. Double R becomes one R, right? So 가, together, 가. Okay, and so 가, past tense, 가, go. So when you want to say went, so in Korean, 가 plus as어요, because 가 is a bright vowel, so we put as어요. And 가, second step, 가 has no 받침, contraction. So 가, together, 갔어요. Okay, 가았어요. And in short, 갔어요. And when we pronounce, 받침 always goes up. So 갔어요. Went. And 와, the second one. 와, contraction to 와. So 오다 come, because O is bright vowel, so we need as어요. And O has no 받침, contraction. 와. So 왔어요. Came. 왔어요. Contraction 3. 짜라잔. Contraction 3 is 이어. 이어. Yeah, that one. So 마시 플러스 네. 어요, and 시 no 받침 셔. Do you remember? So 마셨어요. I drank. Drank in Korean, 마셨어요. 마셨어요. And contraction 4, 우어. Okay, so 배우다, 배우. 우 is dark vowel. We need 어어요. So no 받침, 우어 together. 워. 배웠어요. I learned. I learned. And okay, so there is a verb 가다, go, to go. So we need to omita always. And then because 가 is for past tense, we have two. as어요, 어어요. We don't need to talk about 했어요 because this is not a 하다 verb. So between as어요 and 어어요, the first step is bright vowel, dark vowel. So 가다 is bright vowel. We are going to choose as어요. And second step is 받침, no 받침. Because 가 has no 받침, contraction. Okay, because 가 is no 받침. So 가 plus as어요, 2 becomes 1 가았어요. So contraction, 갔어요. Okay. Next one, 먹다. To make it 먹다, eat. To make it eat, ate. Right? So 먹다, past tense. omita, always omita. And then there are two past tense, as어요 and 어어요. We don't need to talk about 였어요 because 먹다 is not 하다 verb. So here 먹 is dark vowel. So first step, bright vowel, dark vowel. Because 먹 is dark vowel, we are going to choose 없어요. Number two, 받침도 받침. When it has 받침, 먹 has 받침, no change. Okay, so 먹 plus 없어요, 먹, 어요. How about pronunciation? Look at it. This pronunciation is really important. 받침 always goes up. So 먹, 어요. But here 그 goes up, and then 스 also goes up. So the pronunciation is 먹었어요. 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 I ate. 먹었어요. Okay, deletion. Is dropped when followed by a vowel. So plus vowel, is dropped. Okay, so 쓰다. 쓰 is dark vowel, so we are going to put 어요. So here means other vowel, is dropped, and the circle is also erased and then put together. 써요, and when you pronounce 쓰 goes up, so 썼어요. I wrote in Korean, 썼어요. Okay, so when the verb has 받침, so what is the present tense for to go? Present tense is 가요, right? 가요. So 가요의 너 받침, just simply 쓰어. So look at this, 쓰어. So this is 쓰앗어, and then contraction. So this is 쓰어, right? 쓰어. 갔어요, past tense. How about pronunciation? Pronunciation is really easy. Just add 서. Just put 서. So look at this, like this. Present tense was 가요, but past tense is 갔어요. So 쓰 goes up, right? So this is pronunciation. So as you see, 가요, present tense, 갔어요, past tense. So when you put 서, that makes the verb into past tense. 갔어요. 가요, present tense, 갔어요, past tense. Don't get confused. 가세요 is, so what 가세요 means? Please go, right? 가세요 is please go. 갔어요 is past tense, went. And 먹어요 is also, 먹어요 is 받침, so we just put at, had. So 먹 is dark vowel, we simply put 먹, 어요. And then also like this. So for pronunciation is still the same. So look at this. 먹어요 is present tense. 먹어요 is present tense. How about past tense? 먹었어요. Okay, 먹어요 present tense. Past tense 먹었어요. So when you make the past tense, this is really easy. You just put 서 in front of 요. Okay, that is past tense. Okay, 네, 살다. Let's practice. This part. Can you see that? Simply put 서 in front of 요. That is the most important one. 살다 means live. So present tense, 살 plus bright vowel, 아요. So 살아요. 받침 always goes up when you pronounce 살아요. I live. 저는 부산에 살아요. And past tense, 살앗어요. Because 살 is bright vowel, we put at. 살앗어요. How about pronunciation? Look at this. 살았어요. Simply put 서 in front of 요. Past tense. 살았어요. I lived. 적다 means a few. There are a few. Okay, 적다. 적 plus dark vowel, 적어요. And pronunciation, 그 goes up, 적어요. There are a few people in the sport field. 운동장에 사람이 적어요. And there were a few. Okay, and past tense, 적 is dark vowel, so 적었어요. And pronunciation, 적었어요. Simply put 서 in front of 요. 주다, 줘요. And same past tense, 줬어요. So 줬어요. Simply put 서 in front of 요. And 마시다, 마셔요. And pronunciation is the same. And past tense, 마셨어요. Okay, 마셨어요. So just simply put 서 in front of 요. And here it's also the same. Okay, look at this. 좋다, 좋아요, good, 좋아요. Here, who is omitted. When who meets other circle, who is omitted. So 좋아요, 좋아요. Past tense, it was good. So how do you say it was good? Just put 서 in front of 요. 좋았어요, 좋았어요, 좋았어요. 좋아하다, like. 좋아해요, 하다 verb. 좋아요, 좋아요. And past tense, put 서. So 좋아했어요, 좋아했어요. 맛있다, 맛있다, delicious. 네, 맛있어요, 맛있어요. And this is quite interesting. There's already 서, right? And then because this is a past tense, we need to put one more 서. So 맛있었어요, 맛있었어요. 받침 always goes up. 맛있었어요, 맛있었어요, 맛있었어요. 덥다, 덥다, 더워요. Yeah, someday we are going to study about this. Here, but changes to 우. Okay, so that's why this is 더워요, 더워요. And it was hot, 더웠어요. Simply put 서 in front of 요. Okay, past tense. Okay. Past tense plus a formal polite. So past tense at, yet. We have three forms. At is for bright vowel, and at is for dark vowel, and verb be also at. And yet is for harder verb, right? And then for formal polite, we have two forms. 습니다, 습니다. What is difference? When the syllable in front of 습니다, 습니다, when there is 받침, 습니다, no 받침, 습니다. As you see, at, yet, all of them has 받침. So that's why behind at, yet, we are going to choose 습니다. So 았습니다, 었습니다, 였습니다. Okay? So for past tense, 았습니다, 었습니다, 였습니다. Okay, this is the last practice. 살다, present tense, informal polite. 살아요, 살아요. And past tense, 써, right? 써, 살았어요. And formal polite. 살 플러스 분이다, 삽니다. 러 is omitted. 삽니다, 삽니다. And past tense, 살 플러스 앗 플러스 습니다. 살았습니다. 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 보다, 보다. present tense, 보 플러스 아요. 봐요, 봐요. And past tense, 봐 플러스 써요. 봤어요, 봤어요. present tense, formal polite, 보 플러스 분이다. So, 봅니다, 봅니다. And past tense, 보았습니다. So, 봤습니다, 봤습니다. 쓰다, 쓰다. 써요, 쓰어요. And 으 is omitted. 써요. And past tense, 쓰 플러스 어요. So, 썼어요, 썼어요. 써서. There is to 써, right? 썼어요, 썼어요. And present tense, 쓰 플러스 분이다. So, 씁니다. Here, 으 is not omitted because there is no vowel. Okay, so 씁니다, 씁니다. And this is a 쓰엇. So here, 으 is dropped because 으 means 엇, the vowel. So 썼습니다, 썼습니다. 작다, little, small, small, little. 작아요, 작아요. And it was small, 작았어요. And present tense, 작 플러스 습니다, 작습니다. And past tense, 작 플러스 앗습니다, 작았습니다. Lastly, 사랑하다, I love you. 네, present tense, 사랑해요. 네, 그다음 past tense, I loved, 사랑했어요, 사랑했어요, 사랑했어요. And present tense, 사랑하 플러스 분이다. 사랑합니다. 사랑합니다. past tense 사랑했 하였습니다. right? 사랑하였습니다. So contraction 사랑했습니다. 짜라잔. So that's it. 감사합니다.